this session of Java, we are going to discuss the concept of loops in Java. Basically, loop is the task that you have to perform and again in your work. ठीक है? In Java, we have three loops: for loop, while loop, and do while loop. And under for loop, we have two categories. We have two categories under for loop. One is the for each loop and the simple for loops. ठीक है? We are going to discuss all these categories in this lecture and are going to discuss the some important questions. Now, first of all, understand what is loop. So, I have a diagram. Understand a diagram. You have a task to complete. Suppose you have to print a number from 1 to 10. The simple way is to print that कि आप system.out का use करो और हर एक number को print कर दो. This is one of the easiest ways that you can do for your task. The other thing is you can complete it by repeating it again and you can use loops there. Loop is basically a program that is repeating a particular statement again and again up to a particular condition. When the condition get false, it will रिटर्न आउट ऑफ दैट साइकिल. जब एक कंडीशन मीट हो जाएगी, जो जो साइकिल चल रहा था वो साइकिल अपने आप खत्म हो जाएगा. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द फर्स्ट लूप दैट वी हैव इज फॉर लूप. That is simple for loop and for each loop. Then simple for loop. Simple for loop is the loop that have been derived as the syntax of C or C++. You have to initialize a variable, then a condition, and then write the statement for that loop. For example, you have to write for loop. I have to write, wait for a while. First of all, write for, and then in that we have to initialize, means we have to initialize a data type of I, and then write the condition. Up to that the loop will be run. I is greater than or less than, you can say I is greater than 10. I suppose I initialize as 15, and then condition or this increment or decrement is I am decreasing I. So it will print what it will print. It will print all the numbers starting from 15 to 11. I hope it is clear. The main syntax of a for statement is this: first of all, write for, then initialize it, then condition, and then increment or decrement as per your question statement. The second not least example for loop is like that. To print all the numbers from 1 to 10, you can write like that. For we can write a condition that initializing I from 1 till 10 means जब तक 10 ना हो जाए I को increment करो and are printing our I in each iteration. I think these things are clear. If I tell about nested loops are loop. In the last video, I discussed about the nested condition. Nested conditions are the condition that are condition followed if a parent condition get true. If a parent get condition true, yes, if the parent condition true, then only a particular block of condition will be checked. Otherwise, it will return to the else station. Similarly, a for loop. In the case of for loop, we have two loops. One is the outer loop and second is the inner loop. Until the inner loop completes its cycle, completes its whole task in looping, the for loop will wait for J to complete that task. Okay, I know you. If you know operating system, you can link about it. Your PC is free, and then you have used mutual lock, and one process or one J enters into it. Until that J fulfill the condition to 1 2 3, it will get lock the resources, and the another loop or another I can't access it until J get free. I hope it will clear. We will cover OS operating system in the upcoming video. Till then, be in touch by subscribing my channel. I will also solve the question of pyramid in the upcoming video or in this video. Now we have for each loop. For each loop is a special kind of for loop. For loop is used when we have to iterate by writing initialization, then condition, and then increment or decrement. But if you just want to see all the elements inside an array or a collection, the best method is you can use for each. In this case, you can also use for each statement. Means if we have an array have multiple data. Instead of taking the index value and then take printing the value as per its index, we can use for each loop. So if it will do that, initialize a variable and then it say in, like in Python we choose the I in a. We can write like that. So basically what it will do is it will iterate all the element, and instead of using index it will simply take that element and can print that element. If I talk about infinite loop, infinite loops are that loop that can never be ended. Means your CPU will complete the task again and again, again and again and again and roaming about the same condition. So writing the infinite loop is basically not a good an idea. But you can write an infinite loop, means this condition will continuously printed on our screen like that. You have written an infinite loop and have write a system.out.printed, and it will get printed all the time until you will forcefully stop the program. Then we have while loop. While loop is another kind of loop present in Java. Some user prefer while loop or some can use for loop. This is your personal choice, but it is also a loop available in Java programming language. This is the basic and the main syntax how to write is in for loop we can initialize and increment in the same basis, but in while we are initialization outer to that while, and under while we are just giving the condition and an increment or decrement the variable inside that while. Infinite while means we are always saying that a condition is always true and can never be ended. So this is called an infinite loop. But there are conditions where you have to forcefully stop that program. Then you can use a break statement. If you want to stop a particular loop from execution, then you can say break. Break will cancel the loop, or you can say the loop will stop working there. If you will write continue, what will do is when we use continue, the task is that if you write continue and then any statement like a is equals to b I plus plus, then what will happen is if the program encounter a continue statement inside it, it will not going to the next line, it is going to repeat the while condition or the while statement and again running the loop. I hope यहाँ तक clear है. We are going to do all this stuff in a practical way also. Then we have do while. Basically what does do while do? Do while is in while we are checking the condition first and then performing the task, but inside do while we are saying that first of all do a particular task and then check a condition. Means the program will do that particular task at least one time is fixed. ये एक बार तो करेगा ही करेगा, मतलब system dot out dot println को एक बार तो प्रिंट करेगा ही करेगा, अगर कंडीशन गलत भी हुई तो भी करेगा. आई होप. और ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट होती है इफ यू वांट टू ब्रेक दैट लूप, एंड इसके बाद हमारा काम चलेगा ही नहीं. सपोज आई विल शो यू इन द प्रैक्टिकल ओनली. लेट्स डू इट इन द प्रैक्टिकल ओनली. Start your IDE. Mm, the same code I'm going to discuss, but we are going to erase all the stuffs done in my previous lecture. We are going to delete all the stuff. and then going to delete all the stuff, and then we are going to see our for loop. For loop का हम प्रोसेस जानेंगे क्या होता है. Suppose simple for loop. First of all, discuss simple for loop. Okay. Now what you have to do in the simple for loop? Easy program is you can uh, print a number for int I equal to 0, initialize the integer, and then I is less than equals to 20, and then I plus plus. Simple program that I am going to discuss is factorial. We are checking the factorial of a number. Factorial of a number. We are going to check a factorial of the number. Suppose the number that we have is int n is equals to 6. We are going to find for the 6, and factorial is equal to 1. Because we all initialize factorial is equals to 1, not as 0, because it's compulsory, because multiplying 0 with anything will result in 0. So we are writing the same as it is. We are initialization I, then till I is less than n, then I plus plus, then factorial is equals to factorial multiply by I, and then going to simple print that factorial. And if you see that the particular task, multiplication task, is going to repeat every time till that condition is not sufficient, and is say factorial of 6 is 120. I hope it is clear to you. Now we are saying I have an integer array, arr is equals to new int n, and then I'm not, I'm just giving it us but of array, and then going to iterate. ये देखो. Now the way of iterating in the array is from starting from the index 0 till the array length, and then going to print each element of my array. It will print. The simple enhanced version of this is int I in arr, and then going to print it. This is much easier than the above. Find, instead of finding, ये देखो 1 2 3 4 5 again doing the same work. If you want s out, simple write s out, and then using for each loop. And then if you are going to print it, it will say using for each loop you are running the output. If you want to see a while loop, then what we are doing is while loop. I am condition if int j is equals to 20. ठीक है. While j is greater than 0, then प्रिंट करते रहो हमारे रिजल्ट को, एंड डिक्रीमेंट हर बार जे को कम करते रहना. ये देखो वी आर प्रिंटिंग 15 14 13 12 10. ये देखो हाँ ये 20, from 20 it is going to print it, and you can even see that while loop, and then you can see the difference in output. ये देखो using while loop from 20 to 0, it's printing all the numbers till z is not a 0. If you can say that, if you want to see, agar if j equal 10, then stop that condition, and then never complete the rest of our task. Just break the while loop there, then it is going to break it at only 10. It is not going to move further in the code. I hope यहाँ तक सबको clear होगा. It is clear to everybody. This is the basic of for loop. Suppose in nested for loop, what I have to do is, first of all, let's understand do while loop. Do while loop is basically first do the task and then complete. Int k is equals to 5. ठीक है. ठीक है. उसके बाद do and then system dot out dot k एकदम, and condition लिखेंगे while k is greater than 6. ये तभी चलेगा जब हमारा जो 6 से बड़ा होना चाहिए, लेकिन नंबर इज 5. एज पर वाइल लूप दिस लूप विल नेवर रन, बट एज पर डू वाइल लूप दिस लूप विल रन at least one time. At least one time it is going to complete the task, and then after that it is going to check that condition. If that condition is true, it is only going to run that task, otherwise it is going to stop it there only. If I want to showcase you the nested loops nested loops are those loops which can be written inside a loop. The simple pattern of nested loop is, then and we have to print this. Some people, what will they do this, they are using system.out, and on each line they are printing in the pattern in exams too. But the best way is using nest to. Now we can see there are four rows, so outer loop will repeat फोर टाइम्स, मतलब ये चार बार तो मेरा डिफरेंट डिफरेंट प्रिंट होगा ना, एक दो तीन चार, जैसे ये कितनी बार प्रिंट हुआ एज पर द कंडीशन। नाउ ये कितनी लाइन लेगा, एक दो तीन चार, चार बार तो ये प्रिंट होगा ही होगा। int I is equals to 0, I is less than 4 because my, you can see 0 to 4 there is only 4। now and checking, हमारा जो है नंबर पहले तो एक स्टार है, then it is going to be 0, those 2 star, and then going to 3 star, and then going to 4 star। and what we can see here, अब हम यहाँ पर क्या देख सकते हैं, अब हमें कैसे समझ आएगा कि हम दो प्रिंट करेंगे। मुझे ये पता लग रहा है कि जो हमारी रो है ना, जैसे ये फर्स्ट रो है तो इसमें एक ही स्टार है। इफ वी हैव सेकंड रो देन इट इज 2 स्टार, इफ वी हैव थर्ड रो इट इज 3 स्टार, इफ वी हैव fourth row then it is 4 star. It means I and J is linked with each other, so I just initialized an inside loop that J is starting from 0 till I is same as the row number, then printing the a star, and then printing a separate line to separate the output of that next row। I hope यहाँ तक सबको clear है। We have used J here na, so we can't use the same variable name। Okay, I hope this is clear। if any, ये कहाँ पर error है ये, method of fill the exception, there is an exception, why this exception software, yeah, because of an extra curly braces। ये देखो, it is going to print the same pattern as like of this next loop। The second condition, second thing in loops are continue statement। if you want to continue a loop, like if I equals to 0, and then it is going, but it will, let's debug this code। the I is starting from 1 till the 10, if I is even then continue, otherwise print that number। if continue is here, the continue will do is that if I is even, do nothing, just continue your task, do nothing, just continue your task as like normal person, as like normal person, just continue your task। ये देखो, use continue statement, if there is a even number it is not going to take the even number, it's just ignoring that number। just continue means ignore that particular condition and do nothing in that case। I hope till that my concept is clear to everybody। I know in this video I have discussed in English language because some people face problem in Hindi। if you want to me continue in Hindi only, then let me know about it in the comment section। please showcase your support by like, share, subscribe my channel। Meet you in another video, till then keep learning and best of luck for your examinations।